Okay, this is Troy Dyack with the San Jose Earthquakes Academy. We're in the engine room right now for the Tottenham Hotspurs. We're just going to go through and just show a little bit of what they do and how it works inside here.
Let's get some stuff up.
Who's up?
Eddie's up first.
I'll go up first.
Okay.
What is the actual? Is that?
What's your name again?
Eddie. My name's Eddie. I'm head of analysis at Tottenham.
Big time.
Big time, as I say. But basically, the main thing we use a system called Amisco, which you'll be able to see here. Just double clicking that for you. So at the stadium at White Hart Lane, at most Premier League clubs, there's 8 cameras around the stadium. These 8 cameras get stitched up over in India, actually, where they get tracked by a company out there, and then those files get sent back to France to the company we use called Amisco. And you can see down the bottom of here, every 10th of a second is coded by operators out in France to match up, obviously, with the video footage. This is the main camera angle that you get off of the TV, but again, obviously, when you're watching that as a coach, when you're watching it back, you can't see the position of your back foot or anything like that.
Right.
So that's what the animation allows you to do. So we have this angle here, and also we have a wide angle, which the coaching staff sometimes like to use as well. So rather than just seeing animation, you can actually see positions of people. That has obvious benefits. Along with that, every single player, so if we pick a player, William Gallas, every single player is tracked for their movement. So because they know the dimensions of the pitch, they can work out speed thresholds, and they can work out how far a player travels. So this is William here, I think. So at any point in time, the medical team can go on and have a look at his fitness profile. So it's added up as you can see, 6 different speed thresholds during a game. And at the end of that, you get kind of a scoring on their work rate. So if we go to activity, player, we'll pick Gallas. So black is sprint, so that's every single sprint that he's done. Again, like I said, there's 6 different speed thresholds. The things that the medical team are more interested in is high intensity, which is at anything over 21 kilometres an hour. So during the game, Gallas has done 250 metres high intensity, which up there we have the stats for the Premier League. But each player has its own kind of stats he has to get to during each game, which gets monitored. So we have that for all the players. So after this is the real figure score that the management will look at. It's kind of a work rate scoring. So you get their total distance, which can range from, for a goalkeeper, you can see even a goalkeeper in a game does 5,000 metres.
Wow.
So up to 13, sometimes seen 14,000 metres.
And this is all monitored by the camera angles, the cameras that they have, the 8 cameras that you're speaking about?
Yeah, that's all monitored by. Every Premier League club has it. There's 2 different systems. There's Amisco, which is the one we use.
Amisco, yeah.
And there's Prozone, which probably I would say 60% of the Premier League use, but Amisco is more European. So when we're looking at player targets, we can get the same data that we use for the first team here at Tottenham. So a player in France, most of France is coded by Amisco. So if we wanted to know their work rate scorings, we could then go on, we'd buy the data and be able to match it up to see how they fit into our team, really.
Right.
So we're kind of big brother. Everything that a player does is coded. So a player can come in after the game, Rafa van der Vaart, go onto the system, click on here, pick watch clips, and then down the left hand side he's got his whole performance kind of narrowed down. So if he only wanted to see his crossing or shooting, he could just go on there, double click, and it'd take him to that part of the video.
Quite amazing, the technology that they have these days, tracking players, how many possession passes, how many they lose, interception.
We have all that. We do printouts for. Harrison works for the youth team. He's working on a youth team game now, so we have the same feedback from youth team up to first team. So like you're saying, pass percentages and stuff like that. So it gives the youth team players a benchmark.
How do you translate this, or how do you get this to the coaching staff for each
We have a central server, so all games are on the central server. So we split. I'll show you the server. So everything's split down. So each coaching staff has his own login for his own computer. So he can just go on. He can go onto the matches. This is for the first team only. So first team, development squad, youth team, but they're all structured the same. So you can go on and you can watch the matches. You can do detailed feedback doing that. We do a thing called good and bad practice. So after every game, we create a file for each player from youth team to first team. So that can be used then back in the coaching process. You know, to show how to do a certain skill or certain play. And we do the same for stats. So each player has a printout, and all the coaches have to do is go on literally and pull the stats off.
So the coaches go in individually to their own server and code, and they take this.
They code it. It's all coded for us by Amisco in France. We put that together, and then we look for specifics.
Okay.
So the coach can either just go on and look at a whole game, or they can look at a part of somebody's game.
Right.
So we've shown the coaching staff over a number of months how to use the system themselves.
Right.
And it's kind of and the players as well. So in there you've got the youth team at the moment. They're going through their own game individually, or as they are at the moment, they're going through it as a kind of team.
Okay.
So they have feedback sessions with the coach, but they also do it amongst themselves.
Right.
So they take responsibility for their own kind of learning and stuff.
Good.
Yeah.
And what's the rest of your crew here? Who are these guys?
Mark, he does the development squad.
Hi, Mark.
Seamus, he does it's called
Hi, Seamus.
post-match analysis for the first team. So Seamus codes, he codes live during the game. So at half time and
sports
afterwards.
code. So it's just video tagging. So it just tags like moments in the video. So I would use this template here. You can imagine this is the game going on live, coming on my laptop, and then I'd use these templates here to set up sort of like, when Gomez touches the ball, it records 6 seconds before and 6 seconds afterwards, and make a little box. So if Gomez wants to look at all his game after the game, he can watch all his individual actions in 5 minutes 11 seconds instead of watching the whole game.
So all of his clips that he has during the game that's been tracked, he can watch all of those clips without watching the full
Exactly.
game.
So it should cut off now in a second, and then it goes into the next clip.
Yeah.
So it just shows, it gives it 6 seconds how he gets it,
And 6 seconds after.
and then 6 seconds afterwards, then
Right.
you should shut off and go to the next one. So I've got like a good few of players who like to use this straight after the game, but it doesn't give you any physical day or forward passes. It's just tagging video, so it's just video.
But you can tell how long each player has had that possession of the ball or has been inactive in the game.
Yeah, it's so like I click his button, so it could be just something like like Aaron Lennon could be tracking the fullback, so I might click it then, but he might not touch the ball. It's just all little things that I look at that I think maybe the player would want to see. So he might not touch the ball, but it might be something that might want to look at. So that's just for as well. We do the individual stuff, and then we do the game events as well. Like, so maybe at half time, if Harry wants to see all our corners from like the first half, then I just have them all straight away. So there's the first one, second one.
Nice.
So it just goes straight to it. So just instead of going backwards and forwards.
So Harry would contact you and say, "Hey, I want to see all of the corners for us and against us as well."
For and against us. Yeah, so you can see it there. So it's just all these just tagging. So these boxes are where I pressed it.
Yeah.
So it's just sort of tagging that point.
Yeah.
So you got the individual game.
And you input that during the game? Is that
they do this live. Yeah.
Okay, so you're sitting up in the press booth and
in the
you're
press,
doing
sometimes in the tunnel, where they do the TV interviews after the game, they have a monitor there, so we usually take a feed out there. But sometimes it's in the press. It's best to do it in the press because you can see the pitch though as well. But sometimes, with the video, you're not allowed to have video sort of quite close to the bench as well. So sometimes it's quite a bit away though. But so that's just the in-game stuff. So the players would look at some stuff afterwards, or if the management see anything afterwards, or at half time, and then we do the. You didn't do your. Eddie does the pre-match, so he would look at maybe the last 6 to 8 games of the opponent we play against, like Blackpool. So we would. You can see here. So we got like in possession be the strengths, out of possession be the weaknesses, and then the set plays. So when Eddie might watch 4 or 5 games, John might watch 4 or 5 games, and we clip it all up. Then we'd have like the first presentation, which would be like an hour and 15 minutes, or maybe a bit longer. And then Eddie sort of cuts that down to like a coach's edit, so they can have an idea of the last 8 games of the team, and that'd be like 36 minutes, 40 minutes. So instead of them watching 8 games, they can have a bit of an idea of, So and then we cut that down to like 10 minutes, and then just have a team meeting and we show the players.
When do you normally show the players? When do the players see this for the first team?
They see it maybe home game, maybe the day before. So if they're playing on Saturday 3 o'clock, we'd have it maybe Friday 11. So they see it once, and then they can train the pitch. Have one training session after seeing the meeting, maybe doing a walk or something. Yeah. Sometimes away games you do it just 3.5 hours before. So we'd have 3.5 hours before would be.
But the coaching in it's like available. So if we play on a Saturday, the hour or the hour and a half would be maybe ready Monday afternoon, and then the 36 minutes or whatever for the coaches are available on like a Tuesday.
Okay.
At least they've got then time to know who we're playing against and know what we need to either work on and who they want to play.
So it's like a 3-day turnaround for you guys to get all this information inputted?
Yeah, roughly. It takes 3 days. So in the Champions League, going Wednesday, Saturday is very difficult, but yeah, around a 3 full day turnaround, we can kind of, like Seamus says, watch around 8 games, and then we get all the goals and chances. We log them all here, so we have every single goal and chance in the Premier League. We've got a system where you could do that online as well. So if you're away from here, you can, and you're in a hotel or anything, as long as the internet speed's good enough, you can do your analysis of wherever you are really.
Wow.
So we've got internally and externally wherever we are. So if you're on the road, James can download clips, or I can send him stuff. But most of it is done from the hub, as we say.
The typical engine room hub. What is your day as far as your time in and time spent, and then time that you leave the hub?
We normally get in. Well, Joe Jordan, he gets in around 7. So Joe will get in. He'll probably go to the gym first, and if there's anything that he wants to get ready for him, we'll put it on the server, or if there's any scan reports he needs, James will sort those out. So we'll be in. James will be in around 7:30. The rest of us coming around 8 o'clock, and then we'll spend the morning going for anything the coach and staff need. Because obviously they start training at 11. Sometimes he wants to show Harry something, or they'll bring players in individually. Tottenham, when it comes to post-match feedback, it's normally in smaller units rather than the full team. They'll bring in players individually or as a back four. So that kind of takes up the morning. And when the coach and staff go out, we get on. Seamus gets on with either analysing Tottenham, so doing the post-match analysis. I do as he said, the pre-match analysis. So I'm always watching the team we're playing next, or the game after. So that kind of goes through until the coach and staff come off, and then myself, I'll probably talk to Joe about what I've seen during the day around 3 or 4, and then we just continue that. We finish around 6 o'clock, and then we obviously go home and then back in. But when it's European, it's kind of you're constantly here, 6 to 7 days, to be honest with you. So.
Great stuff. Any other information that we might be needing to know?
Well, I can just show you the bit of so this is I'd go through the post match. So after every game, we'd have we actually get some notes with Tim. Cher would be in the stand during the game, so we take Tim's notes during the game live. Eddie would do notes during the game. Then we watch the game. Maybe 2 days later, if we got a day off on a Sunday, then we'd watch it Monday morning first thing with Joe Jordan, maybe Kevin Bond. So we'd have all the coaches' notes, and we'd clip them all up
So these are just like bullet points at times intervals in the game that you guys want to see or look at, right?
Yeah, exactly. Just tagging it. So then you can see here these are the chances for each game.
Yeah.
This is the game against Man United. You got chances for and against. Then you got good practice from each player, like Crouch, Giggs, even of opposition players. We would use that, to show the kids as well. And then we have bar practice, same thing. Sometimes the team one. Then we have just like motivation, just in case we do make a motivation DVD in the future. Any close-ups of any of the players, we just tag them as well. And Michael Dawson. So just anything that we, instead of us, making a DVD and then trying to trawl through all the footage, you want to have it all done beforehand, and then we just go to his file, So we would we'd go through all them, and then we have the first team chances against, first team chances for the season, goals for and against. Then team good, team bad. So the coaches can go in and look at all the goals from the season so far.
Makes it easy to do an end of the year highlight reel, huh?
Yeah.
Well, we do like Seamus said, we do motivational videos for when players come back from rehab.
Yeah.
So each player, go to a player. Each player has a good or bad practice.
Yes, so each player would have good or bad practice section.
So even the bad practice stuff, that can still be used in a motivational way.
Sure.
But most of that's technical. So we have a technical folder.
Yeah.
which is the good and bad practice really. That's for showing the youth team or showing the player themselves. That's all divided up into sections, and then there's a motivational one. Like Shem said, the stuff that sometimes is hard to find, like close-ups or close-ups of challenges, and then we use both of those sections to create motivational DVDs when they come back from injury.
That's great.
So
excellent.
That's the final product.
That's the one that we use. It's the one we made for Jonathan Woodgate.
Nice.
So just a
little bit of comedy.
You actually might know it. Actually, nobody knows what we've done. You might actually.
Yeah. Well, put it on the big screen.
This is a recent one.
This is the last one. We're doing one for Tom Huddleston at the moment because he's back from injury.
This one Woodgate played 20 minutes on this DVD. He was injured for 451 days. He got him back for 20 minutes and now he's injured again.
Well, we got to talk to those injury prevention guys.
Yeah,
make sure they're doing their job.
I love the way you lie. On the first page of our story, the future.
Jonathan Woodgate, soccer player, a man barely alive. Gentlemen, we can rebuild. We have the technology. We have the capability to make the world's first bionic soccer player.
This is great.
You know the show?
$6 Million Man? Yeah, I used to watch it when I was a kid, guys.
Nobody knows it.
Yeah.
Better than he was before.
Faster, stronger.
Better, stronger, faster.
Whose voice is that?
Jonathan Woodgate, back from injury and making himself heard. That's the noise he made banging on the meeting room window during the boss's news conference.
Jonathan Woodgate's back.
Guess who's back?
Jonathan Woodgate's back.
Back again. Shady's back.
Alarm.
Guess who's back? 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 Guess who's back?
Jonathan Woodgate's back.
Brilliant, guys.
You're going to be so round.
Do you guys all take part in putting this together, piecing it together at different stages?
Oh, just got to get away from Woodgate. It seems like a magnet. He's been brilliant in the air, but just keep it away from him.
It's so hard to troll through footage if you haven't organised it.
Yeah.
So if it's all organised, it's easy to do. Otherwise it takes...
Give her the chance again. I do it all the same, but either way, I'm always out playing upon the down day.
Czech's rolling this. You know, he comes to try and get it. I'm sure Woodgate gets his head first. He comes up, Czech's arms, and it comes back onto his foot. Woodgate earns it with a positive way, attacks it. Now watch me.
Those are all you guys, huh?
Yeah.
Old man hands. Goggles.
Mini mitts.
Mini mitts, that's great. Gentlemen, thank you so much for sharing your time with me. And on behalf of the San Jose Earthquakes and myself, Troy Dyack, we really appreciate everything that you guys have done for us here and the hospitality that you've provided us. So thanks again.
Nice to meet you.
All right, you too.
Cheers.